Talking is like ketchup. I sat in my dad's living room reading one night while he watched television. An hour passed before I realized it, and I felt bad for not speaking during that time. I asked if he was okay, and he said yes. Then I apologized for not talking more. Carmen, Dad replied. Talking is like ketchup. If you like the meat enough, you don't need the ketchup, and if you like the company enough, you don't need the conversation. My dad never earned a college degree, but he was the smartest person I ever knew. My cat pooped in the toilet. This morning I was cleaning my cat's litter and I hear my cat pee in the bath. I shouted at him and cleaned it right after. Then I hear some noise. Then I look over at the toilet and see my cat sitting with his legs open over the toilet and taking a big fat shit in the toilet. I was amused. I never taught him to do this, he just learned by watching us. My mind is blown. I accidentally shot myself with a booby trap that I set in my room. I'm not sure why I felt the need to set this booby trap up. I just know that I wanted it to obliterate any trespasser who gets into my room. The booby trap was a set of machine guns that would shoot up the entire room. I had it all set up and I wanted to test it out for some reason. So I clicked the button to set it off and ducked down beside my bed. After it was over, I realized how stupid that was. I wasn't sure, but it felt like I had been shot multiple times. I went downstairs and told my mom that I think I need to go to the hospital because I'd been shot. She asks me where, and that's when I notice the blood and bullet holes in my arm, my abdomen, and my neck. Homeless man becomes millionaire from collecting empty bottles and cans. Many investors have managed to get rolling from scratch to really large sums. But the case of Kurt Degerman is absolutely unique. He made more than $1 million investing in stocks and gold, literally living the life of a beggar and vagrant. And his fortune became known only after his death. And yes, this is an absolutely real person, not a character from the movie about the stock exchange. Degerman became one of the most famous and one of the richest vagrants in the world. He spent about 40 years of his life on the streets of the Swedish city of Skellefteå and made a living collecting empty bottles and beer cans. As a result of many years of trading on the stock exchange and the most ascetic life, Degerman amassed a huge fortune of about $1.7 million. That one time some guy on Discord ordered pizzas to my house and sent a SWAT team to my house. Back in 2016 a guy on Discord named Danger Mario said he would give me a free GameCube, and I thought that was an amazing offer, so being the stupid 12-year-old kid I fucking give him my real-life phone number and address, and this motherfucker ordered pizzas to my house under my real name. He also sent a fucking SWAT team to my house a month later. I had my bad days in the past. But this was far from bad. Overall I don't do this shit anymore. I am far more smart than I used to be. But Danger Mario is the true villain here. I actually still have contact with him on Twitter. I do not know if I should ever talk to him again, should I? Probably not. The stranger who changed my life. I was in Chicago for my wife's best friend's wedding. I went outside during the reception to get some air and sparked up a conversation with a guy who was smoking a cigarette. Somehow within minutes, for whatever reason, maybe it was the whiskey, but I unloaded on this complete stranger everything that was going on in my head the last few months. I was unhappy at the time, working a dead-end job and admittedly lost. He listened quietly, and after I finished rambling on, he simply told me, I always thought I was going to own a real estate company, but I kept saying, next year, or, now's not the right time, and now I am in my late 50s, still an agent, divorced, and my boss is younger than me. All I can tell you is to go after whatever it is you want, and don't be like me. He put out his cigarette and walked back into the reception. I never saw him again after that night. When I came home I immediately made plans to take control of my life, and within months I quit my job and started my own small business. 4 years later, I have never been happier. I don't even know the guy's name, but he made a huge impact in my life. I slept with my best friend's sister. So, the other night my mate and I went to the pub and got real drunk. At the same time his sister had been drinking all day anyway. And then when we came home he went to bed while I continued to drink with her in the garage. As a side note, I would consider me and the sister best friends as well, so it's not like she's just my friend's sister. Anyway, one thing led to another and we were making out, and then suddenly she tells me to bend her over the table. At this point I was a virgin. So we're going at it and then the table breaks a little and makes a loud noise. We were a bit distracted to care though. Not even a minute later to our shock her little sister busts into the garage. It was the most awkward moment of my life, I won't lie. And I feel guilty about doing the one thing you shouldn't do to your best mate, but it also feels so right, so I'm in a predicament. Got drunk with a friend and had a hilarious night. Got really drunk with my best friend and he poured himself a bowl of cereal. He spilt it in the hallway, then started laughing and stumbled into his grandma's room. I started laughing, then heard a series of thuds like he kept falling over or something. I come out into the hallway and see a trail of Captain Crunch leading to his grandma's room. He comes out and the bowl of cereal is now Mia. He sits down in a chair in his room and starts making airplane noises, and each time he does it he gets louder. His grandma comes in to see what all the noise is and he starts laughing, which makes me laugh. So now she's just staring at two drunken idiots laughing. She says, "You guys are drunk, go to bed." And turns out the light. Then my friend starts crying for some reason and he goes, "Jalen bro, you just cancelled my dinner." I know there's more stuff from that night I can't remember because we were drunk, but that's the stuff I do remember. A story about how I dug an escape tunnel. So when I was in 7th grade, me and 3 friends decided to do something stupid as hell. He decided to dig a hole behind a tool shed at school. If we got our work done on time we would get free time and choose to stay inside, watch a movie or go outside. We all decided to go outside one day and found a big rock that we could pick up. So I said to them, "What if we dig a hole?" And they both thought it was a great idea. So we got sticks and sharpened them while one guy stood lookout for teachers. One day we even stole spoons from the cafeteria to dig it. It was the end of the year so we didn't get very far. We named the hole Harry and got a good 1.5 to 2 feet down without getting caught. It's still there to this day. I got caught wanking my pecker. I live in the Philippines and my parents decided they wouldn't put any doors in our rooms because we might do questionable things. For me, this is fucking stupid and I should be obligated to have privacy. Luckily, I found a PVC pipe the exact width of the doorframe. I got a curtain and used that instead. Would have preferred a door, but this was just fine. So I was jerking off and was watching a BDSM vid. My brother was looking for my parents' tablet. He is older than me, BTW, without warning, just walked into my room. Total disregard of privacy. I just lied there, dick in hand, butt showing, not knowing what the fuck I was gonna do. My soul left my body that very moment. My entire life flashed in front of me. Luckily, he's a very laid-back guy and just forgot about it.